All right, are we good, YouTube? A little bit longer. Nope, we are live. Okay, cool. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nameg, and thank you so much for joining me tonight on this lovely Saturday evening. Welcome to tonight's Just Chatting stream. I'm your host, Nameg, of course. How's everyone Saturday doing? Hey, hola. How are you, ducks? Good to see you. Hey, Shuyan. Good to see you. Aren't you guys, school hasn't started yet, huh? You said you got school soon, but, oh wait, it's Saturday, so you should be able to join. Again, thank you so much for coming in. Nothing major going on. It's tomorrow? I see. Okay, well, good luck at school tomorrow. Now that I think about it, do I miss school, if I'm honest? Sometimes, but not really. If I have to say, if there's a portion of school that I missed from our childhood, it would definitely be during elementary school time. Mainly because during that time, it was the golden era, in my opinion, of anime. And also the homework was very, very easy. It was just mainly super simple math problems. You got Sunday tomorrow? What does that mean, ducks? Anyways, for those of you on YouTube, your chat should be showing up, hopefully in a few minutes. But at least right now, Twitch always works with the multi-chat. They always work really fast. Hey Ketchup, how are you? Oh, speaking of which, there you are. As soon as you came in, the multi-chat works. Feel free to throw any topics at me, guys. Yesterday was a very, very fun stream for me, and I intend to continue to doing it. Tomorrow you mean church. Got it, no problem. My bad. Yesterday's stream was actually so much fun that, I honestly didn't expect it to be as fun as I expected. I was very, very engaged and I was very happy about it. So again, thank you so much for all of you tuning in to chat with me. I hope you guys don't get bored though, because to me, now that I think about it, what kind of streamer am I going to be? Is it going to be just a just chatting streamer? Now that I think about it, instead of playing games, maybe I should just since I'm doing a just chatting stream, does that make me like a late night show host or something like Jay Leno or Conan O'Brien or something? Hey, first time chatter, Zogoku. What's up? How are you doing? First time chatter on Twitch. Thanks for coming in. The stream just started. All I do here is just chat. I usually chat for about 30 minutes to an hour. Hey, Hui, it's been a while. Good morning and have a good night. No worries. You're in Vietnam, so I understand. All right, Zogoku. I'm guessing you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z just like me. Albeit, I would say that although DBZ is not my top 3 or top 5 animes, it does have a really good high place in my heart. And again, rest in peace to Mr. Akira Toriyama. Very, very sad news to hear what happened to him. He passed away far too young in my opinion. But yes, I've always... Oh, you are... Never mind. Jeez, everyone's got the different names on different places. Ducks. Anyways, you are a fan? Well, that's good. That's good. Because I've always been a fan. I still remember back in the day when I lived in those crappy ass apartments. And our friends and I would go out and do some stupid Dragon Ball Z poses in the pool. Because that's the only... that's where we're not going to do backflips or anything on concrete. Speaking of which, I might as well tell you guys this. There's a story I was gonna get to the part where I said I really missed school back in the day when elementary school. I don't know how prevalent it is for you guys though. Not sure what you changed your name. Well, only you can answer that. By the way, I'm not sure how many people say they miss school. Maybe some part they miss college, but I didn't really have a college life. I went in for about half a year. Semester and then switched schools and then dropped out to do real estate. So I'm a college dropout. I'm not a dropout because I had bad grades. It's just that I dropped out because I saw other opportunities. And so I'm more of a dropout. Well, it's better to call me a dropout than say a flunky. I didn't flunk out of college, so that's good. Hey, thanks for the sub, J-Bomb. As I was saying, I don't know how everyone is with their school time, because school is quite a long time. You got preschool all the way up to, you can even say college. But for me, the time I missed school would probably be elementary school. Thanks for the sub, Raven. And that's because, again, the homework was extremely easy. And two, the golden era of, I mean, not just anime, now that I think about it, of cartoons in general. Guys, I'm telling you right now that if you ever lived in, if you go back during my time, because during that time when I was in elementary school, we just moved to the US, obviously. So my English is not that good. In other words, my parents allowed me to watch a lot of TV shows, Cartoon Network and the Disney Channel. Those are the two channels that I mainly watched to study English. So cartoons, anime is kind of self-explanatory, but when I moved here, I didn't really understand the culture of American life, right? Because you got to understand what I came from. I know I said I came from the southern part of China, which was like the farming region, and then I moved over to Shanghai. However, I've only stayed there for about a year or two, I think, so I didn't really have any friends growing up there. So Shanghai I don't really consider my town. It was just more of like a blimp in my life. You got to understand though. Hey, you're riding your bike watching this? Well, don't watch it, Joey. You can listen. It's just listening. Hey, Lo, welcome. Just chatting again, by the way. Thanks for coming in. As I was saying, I stayed in China around 1 to 2 years, but you got to understand during the time that I came in, it was around 98, I believe. So I was in Shanghai, I was like 7 or 8 years old. And I know what you guys see on the internet right now, that Shanghai is this mega metropolis, glowing, vibrant of a city. But when I went there, it was not like that at all. I lived literally right next to my school, as in I was walking from school to my apartment, home, what do you want to call it, at lunchtime. It literally took me about 3 to 5 minutes to get home from school and back, you know? You live in the same area for your whole life, but you move to houses a lot? Well, that's good. I mean, I've lived in the same area here as well. We moved from an apartment to another house and now to another house also. So I don't mind having a different neighborhood. You're having a baby, Ute, right now, with your family. Via's at An's house, get ready for her latest prom coming up. Whoa, prom. Wow, congratulations. Hopefully, I hope you guys have a great time, because I did not go to prom. Just you and your dad cooking barbecue? That sounds delicious. Asian barbecue, right? So anyways, if you gotta know about that time in Shanghai, it was literally about a couple years before it started to do a big amount of redevelopment. So it was just right upcoming when China's becoming like a superpower country. So when I was walking home from school to my apartment, you got to understand that the road was still like, it was not concrete, it was dirt, like red dirt, old dirt. Hey, Unknown, good to see you. I'm doing well, thanks for coming in. I finished Resident Evil 2, by the way. Enjoyed the hell out of it. I'm gonna wait for a little bit so I can forget a little bit about Resident Evil, and then I'll go back and play Claire's chapter, because I really enjoyed that game, more so than I thought, actually, even though I played on easy or normal mode. What's up? Hey Dubby, thanks for checking in. Good to see you. Just coming in and say hi is all good with me. Anyways, I was just talking about this is what I'm, by the way, Unknown. Other than playing games, I'm mainly known for my chatting. So right now I'm just going through a bunch of stories and just changing my streams just a little bit. So instead of just playing games, more or less I am, just chatting. So hopefully I can keep you entertained. Hey, Wolf, welcome. You're moving out on your own for a week? Well, hopefully it all goes well then. I hope you the best of luck. Moving out is a big change. But you know what, guys? I'll tell you right now that once you move out and have your own home, whether you're renting or have your own house or whatever, or even just a room or roommates, it's an amazing feeling. If you can, it's hard in the beginning, but once you get used to it, I promise you, you really, really don't want to go back. It feels really good to have your own place and set your own schedule and be able to take care of yourself. Because you got that a sense of pride in a way. Hey Kira, welcome. Thanks for coming in yesterday, as always. I know you're busy, and thanks for coming in today. Just chatting, by the way. It's just gonna be for like 30 minutes to an hour. And yeah, that's pretty much it. but it's the section of streams that I enjoy the most. You have no idea how much just chatting gives me a lot of, how much relief it gives me. Just letting things out, not literally of course, but getting things off my chest. And as you can see, I'm way better chatter than I am a gameplay guy, you know. But again, thanks for coming in. Wolf is moving out, by the way, so everyone wish him luck. So I was getting back to my story when I was living in Shanghai. I'm telling you right now, before we're living here in China, if you guys, there's a reason that my parents chose to live so close to school, because they did not want me to eat the food in the cafeteria. I did not want to eat it as well. If you guys ever seen prison food, that's what it looked like. A big giant bucket of vegetable crap and rice on the side. That was what we had back in the days. And no one really brought their lunch, because you got to understand, in China, or I should say in Asia in general, it's more of a collective mindset. You don't want to stand out. This is why, if you don't understand what that means, it's basically everyone needs to think the same, dress the same, and any sort of standing out is actually looked down upon, where in the West, it's actually it's more focused on individualism. If you want an example, a perfect example would be you're in Asia, right? Whether it's China or Japan or Korea, whatever. There's a reason if we say our full name, the family name, your last name goes first before your first name. Where in the West, your first name goes first and then your last name goes last. So it's a reverse thing. So as I was saying, so you gotta understand what I came from when I came to America, when I moved from Shanghai. Uniforms, crappy food, but you know what? In a way, I kind of enjoyed it. You can kind of say that until I realized that everyone has cars or a big house, I never really knew what I really wanted, because everyone was the same. In a way, it was kind of comforting knowing that this other person is not exactly more wealthy or less wealthy than me. Now, unless you're the son of a politician back in the day, even now, then that's a bit different. Then you wouldn't be in the same school as me. You'd probably be you have a private tutor, or you probably go to a private school, and you have private lessons or something like that. So in my where I grew up with, if you have a pet, you would consider pretty wealthy, because pets are expensive to take care of. I think you also get taxed on it. Correct me if I'm wrong. But also, if you have siblings, I'm not sure how many you guys heard about this rule in China. It's called the one-child policy, because China has such a big population. They deemed it, if you can only have one child. If you have more than one child, you're gonna have to pay an exorbitant amount of money to keep that child. Sad, but that is the reality of it. It's a policy that's been implemented, and again, most people preferred males over females, because males pass down the last name, and also males tend to work where females tend to stay home. You know, the old conservative values, something like that. Right now, it's a little bit leaning to the left. Well, not really, but you guys get the idea. Women now work in China, and some men do stay at home. It's not as conservative as before. So, yeah. So when I moved here, back from when I moved here, the first thing I noticed was that my crappy ass apartment, which, believe it or not, the apartment was actually not that bad. Now, it did have mold, like in the ventilation system. It's one of those crappy ass, really cheap. I think the one bedroom we had rented for was like maybe about $400 to $500 a month, excluding electricity or something like that. It's just one of those very, very cheap apartments. But at the very least, it's in a decent neighborhood. So when we moved over here, the two things that we had though was a tennis court and a swimming pool. We had those two things, and believe me, those were already luxury enough for me. Because if you ever go to a pool in China, there's a reason it's considered very dangerous, because it's completely crowded. Imagine a swimming pool filled to the brim. I'm not talking about half full, but I'm talking about you can literally elbow someone like this. That's how crowded it is in China when it comes to swimming pools. So when I came in here, and I saw that we had a pool all to ourselves, and the most people I've seen at a pool is probably like 4 or 5 people, excluding myself. It was like a luxury that I never thought I had, that I never expected. The same thing when I came here, when I saw everyone had houses instead of apartments. Because when I saw the apartment, I thought, I was like, okay, it's the same thing. It's actually a little bit nicer than where I had it. A crappy apartment here was actually nicer than the normal apartments that we had in China back then, of course. Not right now. So I was actually excited. Until when I went to school and everyone brought their own lunches. And instead of having rice or Asian snacks or whatever, you guys had fruit roll-ups or sandwiches. Some even had burgers and pizzas, frozen pizzas or something. So that was the one thing I had. I was not exactly used to, you know. That was something else. When I first came here, of course, because I was also had trouble eating pizzas, because pizzas was pretty much on the menu at least 2-3 times a week, and there's spaghetti. Spaghetti wasn't so bad. It's just spaghetti with meatballs. But the pizza actually gave me a lot of problems because it had cheese. I never had cheese before. I never heard of cheese. So when I had cheese for the first time, I actually threw up because I did not know what it is. It smelled funky to me. It was a pepperoni pizza, of course. So imagine me getting sick over a slice of pizza. It wasn't the best pizza though. It was still cafeteria pizza. But lo and behold, I adapted. And just saying that if you're in the West and you're going to the East, it's not all rose-colored. Again, Record, one of my viewers, Record, he said that not trying to call him out or anything, but he has more of a romanticized vision of Asians, or rather the Asian culture, specifically Japan. That said, though, some of the things he said is correct. Asia, specifically Japan, is actually a lot cleaner. It's actually very nice, very efficient, collective mindset, and all that stuff. But trust me, the last thing you guys really want would be to work in Asia. You can visit. It would be really nice to visit. Working there, I promise you guys are not gonna have a very good time. The work culture there is extremely taxing. It's basically 6 days a week. It's not 9 to 5, guys. It's almost sometimes 8 to 8. It's very normal for people to get off work at around 8 o'clock. It is what it is. Just because the reason is because in Asian country, it's so competitive. It's so competitive because the population is very large, but at the same time, we live in a very small land. Now, Japan is self-explanatory. You guys might not understand this, but in China, we're the second largest population in the world after India. But also, although China is like the 3rd biggest country in the world, or 4th or whatever, there's Canada and Russia. I think China and maybe about a little bit behind the US in terms of land mass. But the thing with China is that if you take the map of China, it looks kind of like a V or an underwear. Just go from the top right down to the bottom left and slice it. Most people live in the south or southeast or northeast. No one really lives north of Mongolia or far west, unless they have to, because they're more mountainous regions. And yeah, it's not. So most people, condense themselves into these cities. A city, just to give you an example. For example, like a normal city in, I don't know, in the US, say Phoenix, Arizona, or something like that. I don't know the population. Maybe about 5 million or something like that. Maybe 8 million people living there. Big city. Big city. However, in China, it's usually like 15, 20 million easily in one city. Easily. That's just normal. It's not even that big. If you're saying something like in Shanghai or Beijing, going from one place to another, one region to in Shanghai is like completely different. Wasn't Mongolia a Soviet satellite state? Well, I'm not sure about that one. I really don't know too much of the history in China. I wasn't there long enough to know those things. So I can't answer you, Wolf. Maybe. Just like everyone, just like New Zealand, everyone lives in the north. I see. Yeah. It is what you got. Beijing is as far north. There's other areas like Heilongjiang, which is where if you walk outside, it's borderline Russia at that point, like the northeast. There are some people living over there, but this is where during the winter, if you walk from your house to your school, this is where you develop like your face get covered in snow, literally covered in snow, become like a Wookiee or something like that. No one really wants to live there unless they have to, okay? But yes, also, you guys might not know this. If you ever live in China though, you need something called a work permit for each city. And if you don't know what that means is that, for example, if you're from a small town in the southern part of China, and then you move to Shanghai, right? Well, you cannot find real work. I mean, you can work, small work, but the big ones like the corporations, the businesses that hire people, they would not be able to hire you because you do not have a work permit. You have to pay for that. So sometimes sometimes when people marry each other, it's also not just because of love, but also because of, I would say, work permit as well. Sad state. I don't know if I don't think that's the case for Japan, but in China, it is what it is. And there's something called social credit system. And it's kind of a scary thing. I know this is not the topic now everyone's comfortable talking about, but it's been on my mind ever since what China has become. So the last time I went back, there were a lot of areas that I was not able to do and not able to go. I had trouble getting on buses and trains. Not because I lacked money, but because I didn't have it's called Shenzhen Fen, which is kind of like your ID. Now, I had a passport because that's the only thing I had. And then when I left China, they started implementing a specific ID card. Kind of like a combination of driver's license, your passport, well, not passport, social security card, everything is in that card. It tells you who you are, where you can go, and whatever. So what's so important about this card is that it also, you have a credit score on it. And the lower the credit score, the worse, kind of like credits, then the lower the score, the worse you are off. So what does that mean? So if you do not pay your credit card on time, or if you criticize the government, your score gets lower. As with it goes the other way if you pay your credit card on time and all that other stuff. So if you have a good credit, you have high credit, it gives you access to better schools. You can have access to buses and trains and stuff. So imagine it if they lower your credit score, right? To the point where it's unusable. You cannot, in other words, if they lower your credit score to the point of no return, you cannot find a job because they can't hire someone. They're not allowed to hire someone with a low credit score. You cannot get your kid into a school. You're not allowed to use any sort of public transit. That's how scary that thing is. So imagine if you're in the US, your credit score, 700 or plus, you'll be good. But if you're, say, in the 400, you're screwed. But that only applies to if you want a loan or something, buy a car. But imagine that you cannot even, if you have a low credit score and you cannot buy groceries or use the bus. That's how serious that thing is. Don't worry, guys. I'll give this just chatting thing just another week and see how it all goes. But hopefully I am entertaining enough to at least stave off for a week. So if you guys don't like it, if you guys don't want me to go back to just playing games and talking as I'm playing games, then we can do that. Anyways, as of today, I'm about halfway finished with Five Nights at Freddy's Help 1 and 2. I've been streaming it offline, and I'm kind of glad that I did because VR is very, very finicky, okay? There's a storm brewing right now. These past couple days, well, 2-3 days ago, there was a tornado warning in Texas. Obviously, I was affected. There was no tornado. It's just storms and high winds and cloudy, thunderstorms, and whatever. Occasionally we'll get some rain. But for some reason, every time the weather is bad, the VR gets very, very finicky. So I loaded up the game today. Sometimes like the sound does not work. And then another time the mic doesn't work. And it has nothing to do with the input or output. I literally just restarted the VR or restarted the game and it worked. So this VR thing, albeit it's very, very cool, I think it still needs at least another, I would say another 10 years for it to become somewhat mainstream. I also tried to play regular 2D games on it, and I think this is probably the best way to use VR for me right now, because one, it makes the screen big, and I can actually use it in a dark room, where here I got lights pointing at my face, but in VR I can't see that. So if I play this horror game, even though it's 2D, it's almost like a 2.5D instead of 3D experience. So I'll be giving that a try, and it's actually easier on my eyes because I don't get motion sickness from that, because it's literally just staring into a screen. It makes it a little bit more immersive because I can't see the environment of this room, and I don't have to wear glasses. Granted, I gotta wear that though. And lastly, of course, it's a lot easier to I would say it's a lot easier on the headset, because if playing a game, it needs some processing power, where if I played games on my computer, all it does is just, it's basically just screen monitor and put it in my face. It's not that taxing, so that's good. And it's not really affected by the weather, so thank God for that. But anyways, yeah, I've also gotten a couple of games that I'm willing to try out. Ori and the Blind Forest is one that I saw that was on sale. I got that one. Little Nightmare was also on sale. All these little games that I'm trying to do. It's been a fun adventure so far. Oh, speaking of which, I actually talked a little bit to my cousin about, well, he's not back yet, but from all the information that I've looked into about moving, yeah, thank God I'm not moving. Most likely not. There's like 0.1% chance that I'm moving now that I heard about it, unless like he struck gold or something and he needs help and moving money. Well, then I'll be legal, but you guys get the idea. So no, I'm not moving to California as of right now. He actually asked me if I go there and work as a waiter, which I don't mind. I do like the experience, but the thing is, if I do waitering, it's usually at night, and if it's at night, then I can't do streaming. I'll probably get home at like 1 or 2, 12 o'clock, 11, 10 o'clock or something like that. It just wasn't my thing. It's not the money though. But right now, most of my focus is actually on just chatting streams, as well as doing videos, making videos for this YouTube channel. If anyone has an experience though, feel free to let me know how I am doing as a content creator. The quality of the streams, the quality of the videos that I'm making. Well, I don't think it's that great. I probably give myself a 4 out of 10 as of right now. If it's at best 5 out of 10 for my video content. But yeah, but let me know how I'm doing. How am I growing at a decent pace? Because honestly, right now, currently I have 1,500 subscribers, which is really, really awesome. And I'm blessed. I am more blessed than anything else. That I cannot thank all of you guys enough for that. So for all of your support. I just don't know if am I going too slow? Or is that something like, well, that's just a decent growth. I'm not there yet, And I don't feel like going on TikTok and Instagram or Twitter and start, shouting or harassing people just to get views. I'm just not that kind of person. Again, I try to stay away from drama. If you guys want a drama channel, then sorry. I'm probably not going to be the guy for you. Couldn't really change your name on Twitch? Sorry. Well, no, you can. It's just, it takes like, what, a month for you to change it? YouTube is the same. You can't just change it whenever you want them. I think it happens with Twitter as well. Originally, I was going to use my real name, but obviously common sense did not fly over my head at that time. So thank God I used the name Nutmeg or something else. I did use my real name, Colin, but that's a name that's pretty much given. I don't mind that name being leaked though. But yeah, this is speaking of which, I just literally unlocked the hard mode today of all days for FNAF Help Wanted 2. And I gotta say, spoiler alert by the way, the mask thing was actually quite genius. Sorry to hear that, Dux. Zogoku. Well, you have to take it up with Twitch, because I changed my name twice. Once, actually. No. Yeah, once. It was Nutmeg, and then it changed to Nutmeg Colin. That's it. You're trying chicken? Hey, funny. What chicken? You got just regular grilled chicken, chicken marsala, which is one of my favorite, curry chicken, chicken noodle soup. I loved yesterday's stream. It was just me talking about food, and I'm glad that everyone engaged on it. You don't know what chicken you're trying? Really, funny? Come on. Yeah, no worries. Feel free to watch me whatever you want. Twitch or YouTube, it doesn't matter to me. Whatever, you know, whatever works better for you guys. Some people prefer watching on Twitch. Some people prefer watching on YouTube. Both are okay with me. They're both okay. As long as I'm just trying to build a community. And again, sorry if you guys send me a message on Discord. Right now, I rarely check it. I probably check it once a day. It's kind of like Twitter. It's just glance over it for like 10-15 seconds. If there's nothing there, I'm just gonna log off. So again, sorry if I'm not as responsive. If you guys want to get my attention, just come to my YouTube comments. Usually I respond to it, or come to my stream. I definitely will respond to you. Yeah, sorry, Wolf. I'm telling you, I rarely check it. It's partly because I still really don't know how to use it. And I just got too many things to do as of right now. Going back home in 5 days. Yeah, didn't you tell me, Funnel, you're like leaving for Japan or something like that? Or was that you? I can't remember. It's funny though. My mom is going to 3 vacations this week. Yeah, see you, Ducks. I'm so jealous because she's going to Holland. And then, no. Yeah, she's going to Holland. Apparently she has a friend who has a friend living in Holland, or should I say Amsterdam, somewhere around there. And then he said they're going to do a tour around Europe. So they're going to go from Amsterdam. They're definitely going to go to Italy. It's going to be for at least a month. They're going to drive around there. God, I'm jealous. Oh, yeah, Korea. That's right. Yeah, I was going to say either Japan or somewhere else. Sorry, Fana. Have fun in Japan. Like it. Oh, yeah. And then that's where I got into the heated discussion. Not argument, discussion of Korean fried chicken. My God, I would love to fry some Korean fried chicken right now. The BBQ franchise we have here, the issue is that they're just so bloody expensive. Because usually, like 8 or 10 P's is like maybe around $13 or something. Yeah, see you in a bit. But then now I think they raised it all the way to like $20. And that was like a few years ago. So I'm guessing that it's probably $23 to $25 right now. And I don't feel like paying $20+ for one serving of chicken. One serving of fried chicken. Even if it's Korean fried chicken. And even if it's really, really good. I just couldn't find myself paying that kind of money. Kind of broke anyway, so. Yeah. It is what it is. Oh, and speaking of which, I'm also finishing up my playthrough of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's a good game. I had a lot of negative feelings about remake, but playing Rebirth 1 is definitely better. And I did enjoy this game more than Final Fantasy 16. However, this game has plenty of flaws, and I mean a lot of flaws. The mini games, to me, is just way too many. It's kind of like that saying of quantity over quality. Bibimbap, you mean? Yeah, I think, funny, you mean bibimbap. I think that's a rice dish. So, for those of you guys don't know who bibimbap is, let me search it up. Here, I think this is what you mean. Funny. I think that's not how you spell it. Yeah, okay, it's bibimbap. Bibimbap. There you go. I think this is what you're talking about, right? Bibimbap. Again, guys, this is just a very traditional, casual food. Bibimbap is basically rice, a bowl of rice with a lot of meat and vegetables on top. Kimchi, most likely, steak. But the main difference is that the bowl supposed to be really, really hot. So if you can see this one right here, it's like it's not clay, but it's something else, porcelain bowl. So they make the bowl really, really, really hot, like fire hot. And then so when you dump the rice in there, the rice kind of becomes a little bit on the crispy side, and it gives you that really nice crispy texture. And it's, unfortunately, I might catch some flack for this, but bibimbap is actually not really my favorite thing. I'm not a big bibimbap fan. I just think I'm more of a poke guy, because to me it's just regular rice, and I don't like my rice crispy or charred, if you call it that. Kind of, but there was more rice. Well, I mean, the rice portion differs from everyone else. Some put a little bit more, some put a little bit less. But yes, this is pretty much just bibimbap. It's like poke, but it's on the hot side. Instead of fish, you get regular, beef or chicken or something like that. And then you just pour over the whatever sauce they make on there. To me, it's just a rice bowl. I don't see anything too unique about it. For me though, Korean food has always been Korean fried chicken. And again, I might get another flack for this, but I'm not the biggest Korean barbecue fan. I think it's delicious, but I think it's a bit overrated. Hey Sleep, how are you? Good to see you again. Again, we're just chatting tonight. Eventually, I'm gonna be chatting for a week, by the way, if you didn't know. I'm gonna keep this up, and then if it comes back to it, then I'll go back, and if people wants me to go back to playing a little bit more extra games, then I will do that. But right now, it's been a very long time since I chatted. I just want to get as much chatting out of the ways as I can, So we were just talking. Funny was actually just asking me about bibimbap. So, and I think that bibimbap is, in my opinion, is a little bit overrated. And then the other one was probably be Korean barbecue. Not my. It's good, but it's very, very good. But it's not my favorite. If you guys want barbecue, then I would say Japanese barbecue. These. Well, it's not these. No, not these. Not these. What are these called again? There we go. These. Toriyaki? Yakitori, that's right. That's what it's called. Bibimbap, since it's been a while, huh? I think it's a bit overrated. It's just because a lot of my friends wanted to go to having so many, I don't know why, rice bowls. I prefer Tex-Mex, kind of like Chipotle or Qdoba in my opinion, or Japanese, or the poke bowls in my opinion. But bibimbap is just never really my thing. If I want something barbecue-like, I would say I would go for the yakitoris of Japan. Grill these on a charcoal with some scallions or whatever. Oh my god, I love these so much. I could eat these every single day. Oh, it's just making my mouth water. Excuse me, I gotta get away from this page because I can't take it. I can't keep looking at it. Get it away from me, get it away from me, get it away from me. See, I can look at this, Japanese barbecue. Somewhat similar to Korean, but I mean, I can look at this and be like, okay, it's fine. But when I looked at the yakitori, I start salivating, You haven't had it too much before. Last time it was like 3 years ago or something. Yeah. It's just a bowl. The only main thing is the sauce that the Koreans use. It's called namjin. No. What's the sauce called? I can't remember the sauce though. It's some kind of black, sweet, savory sauce made from fermented black beans or something. I don't remember what it's called though. But as for rice bowls, in my opinion, it's just okay. I would rather have a poke bowl than bibimbap any single sort of day, and including even Mexican, Tex-Mex bowls from Chipotle. That, like I said, this might offend a lot of people, but sorry about that. That's just how I feel about these things. I can criticize food all that I want though. But then again, I do have a very weird palate. I mean, here, stinky tofu. They look good, but they smell absolutely rancid. It's got that sour, rotten smell. But you guys can't criticize me for that because it's the same thing with cheese. Especially those Gorgonzola blue cheese that are really, really funky smell. But they taste delicious. Seaweed in the bibimbap? Yeah. It's fine. I mean, Koreans eat seaweed. Us Chinese people eat seaweeds as well. Hey, Shrady. What's up? Good to see you again. Been a while, huh? Good to have you here. I've been playing too many games, so I'm dedicating this entire week to just chatting. So it's usually 30 minutes to an hour. Yesterday was an hour. Today, I'm going to try and stick to an hour as well. But good to have you. You went to the mall yesterday and saw a guy who was shirtless with a tattoo over his chest, swearing and shouting at people. Interesting. That's China. That's it's not that uncommon in China as well. I believe me, Chinese people can be incredibly rude. Haven't tried stinky tofu. You like tofu? The stinky tofu thing, the main thing you got to get through is the smell. If you can get through the smell, you're good. And if you like cheese, because it's got that umami but also sour taste, then you're good. I love tofu, especially stinky tofu. So, but as long as you can get past the smell, you should be good. Trying to catch the FNAF streams, but just been busy. Well, I've actually been playing Help Wanted 2 off stream, mainly because these past couple of days, the VR has been acting funny because every time Texas has some sort of, where I live, there was a tornado warning 2-3 days ago. Every time the weather acts someone funny. Sorry, funny. Why is this because you're watching my stream? Tell them to say get over it. It's just that the weather, every time the weather starts off funny, it's the camera the game gets finicky. Has nothing to do with the setup. Like today when I booted it up, right? There was no sound, even though the setup was exactly the same as yesterday, because I played it yesterday as well. It's just because of the weather, and I had to restart it. And then when I restarted it, the video was off as well, and then I had to restart it again, and then it worked. So it's just some kind of connectivity issues and whatever. How you been liking it? Help Wanted 2? I haven't finished it all. Right now, I literally just unlocked the harder mode difficulty because I didn't realize how do you unlock it. So I got the little thing that plugs into a computer. And I was like, what does this do? And then as I was about to exit the game, what happened was I saw my little, like the light behind me shine a little bit of my shadow in front of the screen. I was like, wait, why do I have bunny ears? That's weird. And then that's when he was like, am I wearing that mask from Ruin? And then I was like, oh my god, can I take it? Do I take this off? And then I took it off, and boom! I was like, oh my goodness! I don't know. that was a revelation right there. That was actually a very, very cool Easter egg. I did not realize that. One of the best parts of the game. Yeah, that was really, really fun. I've been playing it offline because trust me, there was a lot of technical difficulty issues. Because I also just finished Ballora's level. Granted, it's on the quote-unquote easier level. and where you crawl on the wall, right? And what happened was that I actually crawled all the way to the door, and for some reason I just kept it let me kept going. I went literally through the door onto the other side, and I just kept crawling and crawling. I was like, when is this goddamn thing supposed to end? So that was a funny thing if it happened on stream, but you guys will see it in a few days when I edit it down. Favorite minigame so far? I have to say the food service. Food service was actually my favorite because I can relate to it. Serving the burritos and the pizzas with Chichica. It was actually quite fun. It brings back some of the memory of when I was in my restaurant. I was excited at first, and I got pissed off because the bots were obviously trolling me, asking me, why are you so slow? This isn't rocket science. That got pissed me off. It reminds me of... Now, none of my customers actually said that to me. Otherwise, I would kick them out. The food minigames are in there. Yeah, it's really good. And I actually got through Sister Locations, the one where you had to pull the lever. I got through that one as well. I beat that one. The only game that I didn't really understand that needed to be in there was the bowling one. That was just a whatever game, in my opinion. That was kind of dull. I was like, oh, it's just bowling. And then Moon comes upon, you shine a flashlight at him, and then occasionally a little plushie comes in, but you just throw a ball at him. That was kind of like oh, that's it? What was that game all about anyway? Hey, bot. Good to see you. It's been a while, huh? Good to have you. More focusing on chatting today. More focusing on chatting. Yeah, it's one of the weaker ones, I think. Oh, so I've also did Foxy's little log tugboat thing with the shooting stuff. I honestly, half of the game here, I didn't find them all that scary. I think that's the main issue I have with Help Wanted 2. And also, I also did the makeup. To me, the makeup thing was probably the hardest. Not because the game is hard, but because the control is so finicky. There's a couple of times I couldn't take the necklace or the earrings off of the robot to give it to so-and-so. So that was very, very infuriating. Has a secret spooky route? Is that right? Silent Breath. I know that one. I'll get it when it's on sale. The one where I cannot scream, right? And again, if you want the if you guys but I'm just saying that right now I haven't had a just chatting section in such a long time that I just felt like I need to chat for at least a week. And if I'm done, when I'm feeling I'm done chatting, then we can go back to the games. All right, no worries. If you want scares, I recommend the Carousel. I actually just beat that one as well today. It was actually more frustrating than anything else, because I honestly, the puzzle wasn't hard. It was just, again, like trying to find Moon with that flashlight, and give me a bit of PTSD right there with the plush dolls. So that was pretty much it. What else? None of the, like, for example, the scariest ones that I found that was scary, creepy, they were both from Sister Location because of the crawling thing, and then the other one was the one with the Freddy, the phone. Hey, really, Grace? Well, tell Grace she has great taste then. Let me know how it is, okay? And I can't, the Sister Location, they're both, none of the original ones. So I did Faz Laser, the tugboat was not scary at all. I mean, there was some dark stuff, but that was it. But I guess Carousel would be the scariest environment. Oh, the break room. Yeah. The break room, that's right. I didn't understand the mechanics of that one, but I understood this one. And this one was a lot easier, because if Freddy comes in, moves, you just, point the Zonophone, whatever the hell it's called, at him, and then he'll go back. And that was pretty easy. And then just figure out the lever. Very, very simple. Nothing wrong with it. Ballora one was the one that gave me the megaphone. That's right, thanks. And the Ballora one, I have to crawl, was probably the one I had the most trouble with. Mainly because the first time I actually finished it, literally, I crawled it into the door and through the door. And I didn't know where the hell I was going. I was so frustrated with that one. But then I got used to it. Because in the original, I believe that you cannot move when Ballora is moving. But here, you can actually kind of move a little bit. You know, with your hands, you can crawl to the side. As long as you're slow, you're good. Sister Location's got some fun mini games. I honestly thought that it might be a little bit too slow. But like I said, I think the Sister Location is... The environment is good. I just didn't like how slow it was. Same thing with FNAF 3. Where FNAF 3, I just have very hard time looking through the staticky cameras. And it just makes my eyes hurt. So that was pretty much it. You can see, you can throw them in arenas. I thought you're supposed to avoid those. Can you look up Hymn for the Weekend? The song? Well, I can't play it because I don't want to get copyrighted though. For Beyonce? What about her? I don't listen to too many music artists. Nothing against Beyonce or Jay-Z or Swift or whatever. Yeah, I'll see you, Shreddy. Oh, is that right? You can just chuck it away? Well, I guess I did the harder thing, which is going around them. I'm not gonna play this song because obviously it's gonna get copyrighted. Yeah, see you, Shreddy. The video will be released in a few days. Don't worry about it. You'll see my reactions. What was I gonna say? I have nothing against Beyonce. It's just that I've never been a fan of rap. I don't think she sings rap though. The only songs that I know that she sings is that old song called Halo. Halo, Halo. And that's pretty much it. I really don't have much of... I mainly listen to anime, movie, and I would say sometimes... whatchamacallit? TV show music. I rarely do unless there's only one guy that I would probably ever listen to if that person you know, creates a new song. That'll be Michael Jackson, because everyone in Asia loves Michael Jackson for obvious reasons. Great music, great dancer, great songwriter. Despite all the controversies around him, whatever, he's a great musician, a true prodigy, a musician among musicians. So for me though, yeah, I really don't listen too much of the other songs. So sorry. Nothing against Beyonce or anyone who listened to her though. I just never really had too much of an interest in them. How can Grace handle the stinkiness? It's an acquired. By being cultured, that's what I would say, funny. Trust me, guys. If you guys never had stinky tofu, it'll knock your nose. It'll give you almost a nosebleed if you're not used to it. It really stinks, okay? It really, really stinks. I'm not saying that it smells like sewage. It's got that sour, rancid, but kind of like a sock smell. And then it's taking me 1 month to learn one song. Is that right, Shuyink? What is your favorite song? My favorite song? I mean, there's a lot. If you're talking about, I mainly listen to songs that are people don't sing. It's more of like tunes and stuff. I'm more of a classical music kind of guy than anything else. But if you're talking about songs, Michael Jackson's Beat It, I guess. Hey, David. Yeah, I know it's you. I've seen your name before. Good to have you. I'm more of like I like listening to piano songs, violins, and I really, really like orchestral rock, if that makes any sense. No worries, David. No worries. I understand. No worries. I mean, I've just been chatting. You been fishing? You don't like today's music? Well, again, if people have different tastes, different depending on different times, right? I more or less, it may sound weird, but I've always listened to a lot of tunes from TV shows and video games because I can, where you're listening to a song because it has lyrics, right? It kind of tells you what that song is about. Where the music, if it has no lyrics, sometimes you can interpret it. You can interpret it different ways. So that's just my thing. But if you guys ever want to listen to some of my favorite music, then let's speak. Well, I might as well just go with the hymn of the weekend. Because when you said hymn, I thought you meant like hymn of the faith. So for those of you guys don't know, when you said hymn, right? I was actually thinking about this song. It's not really a song, it's just more of the lyric. Hymn of the Faith. It's actually something from one of my favorite games of all time, Final Fantasy X. It's a song directed by Nobuo Uematsu. It's more of a chant than anything else. And it's more of like based on a religious cult thing. So this is what I was thinking when when you said hymn. I was like, hymn of the faith. It's a really sad little. I don't think it has any translation though. Okay, I see. Fuck. Nobuo's. It does not. Okay, good Google translation actually makes something really funny. This is the lyric. That is correct. But kudamae does not mean fuck it. Welcome back, David. Here, I'll even show it to you. Here, I'll show it to you. Him. Here, I'll try to mute something. I'll mute my music in a little bit. It's a very short little hymn. It's not a song, it's a hymn. It's only like 39 seconds long. So here, let me show it to you guys. Different people sing this exact hymn. So there's Shiva singing it, normal people singing it, male and female singing it, chorus singing it. But I like this one. I'm not watching a 30-second ad for a 39-second video. All right, here we go. It's basically just a small little song. Oh shit, you guys hear nothing? My bad. Oh shoot. Here, sorry. Let me turn it on. There we go. Hang on. Here. Should be able to hear it now. No? Guys, you can hear it now? Oh, Jesus. Oh, my bad. Ah! Still nothing. Okay, I got it now. I got what's going on. Here we go. This is why. I have the, desktop audio. There we go. All right, here we go, guys. There you go. That's the hymn of the faith. There's different people singing it, so this one is obviously sung by a little child. Come on, background music. Back, come on. There you go. So these are some of the songs that I listen to whenever I'm just wanted to relax a little bit. It's more of like a religious chorus than anything else. So when you said hymn, I was like, huh. Guys, trust me, believe me, Kudama right here does not mean fuck it. that's just too funny right here. I can't believe they did that. Some of the songs, some of the games I like to play, they're more melodramatic, Shakespearean, you know, that ends in tragedy and sadness. So look up 500 toothpaste dinosaur. Jeez, interesting dinosaur right here. Is it Nigersaurus? Am I still doing gaming stream? What is happening? It's just because, David, I've been playing so many games that I feel a little bit tired, and I just want to do a just chatting stream, and that it is. That's it. So if, again, people wants me to go back to doing just gaming, I don't mind it. It's just occasionally I need to take a little bit break and play and do just chatting. That's it. Nigersaurus. This is gonna be a meme. Come on, it's got that stupid Shrek looking face. This has gotta be a fake. I'm not sure if that that qualifies, David. Can you search up Shiva, Nepali god? Well, Shiva is a Hindu. I thought it was Hindu, right? Hinduism. Speaking of which, that Hymn of the Faith songs is actually sang also by one of the summoning ones called Shiva as well. Damn. Well, you're asking me to look up Fenboy. That's number one. I do not want to look up Fenboy, okay? W, what's up? How are you? Yeah, I'll try Hymn of the Faith, Shiva. There she is. Yeah, see ya, Shuyan. Have a good day. Have a good night, man. Let me know if you like this interpretation of Shiva. Funny. Ice Queen summon. Beautiful voice. Though I don't think the lyrics mean anything, though. I tried looking it up, but I never found it has any sort of real meaning. Just a bunch of mumbo jumbo. But if you ever play the game, Final Fantasy X, it's one of my favorite games of all time. Has plenty of flaws, and it's definitely not anywhere near a perfect game. It's not a perfect game, but it is one of my favorite games of all time. Yeah, no worries, bot. Don't worry about it. I stream every day, so obviously I can't expect everyone to watch every singing now. You singing now? You know what? I did say that. I did promise on my stream that if I ever do hit 100,000 subscribers, then I will do a karaoke stream, okay? And if I do karaoke stream, I will be the one choosing songs. And believe it or not, I would consider this song because this is actually very, very simple to sing. And I've heard this lyrics enough in my lifetime to actually pronounce it. No problem, so. Guys, here we go. This has got to be some kind of meme. This is a Nigersaurus Rex. Or a Nigersaurus. I'm afraid I'm I don't know if it's the other pronunciation of the N word, but I'm just gonna call it Nigersaurus, okay? There's no way this is real. Nigersaurus. Oh my god, I think it is real. Nigersaurus is actually a real... Who the heck names the dinosaur Nigersaurus? Oh, it is. Never mind, it isn't. Jeez. It has 500 teeth. Someone who found this dinosaur and named it, gave it its name, definitely has a sense of humor in my opinion. Obviously an herbivore, there's no sharp teeth. But it's got that Shrek donkey kind of look to it. I just think it looks funny. I honestly thought that this was a troll. When Toraya? Maybe when I actually have it on Steam, by the way. I just don't know when. Why you guys got me looking up dinosaurs? Alright, Titan no bow. It's a snake. Oh, prehistoric snake is an extinct genus of giant boyd snake that lives during the middle and late Paleocene. Wow, that is a big ass basilisk right there. Oh, that is big. I don't have a snake phobia for some reason. I do have arachnophobia, height phobia as well, but I'm not as claustrophobic as I thought. But man, it's basically a giant basilisk. But I must say, I am a Slytherin by heart, by the way. Ear Raider. It's a genus of... That looks just like a big ass raptor. Ah, oh. Hey. Isn't this the one where in Jurassic Park 3 he fought the T-Rex? Such a long time ago. I can't remember. It's definitely not the bio-looking one from Jurassic World. That movie was not that good, but it was somewhat fun to pretty fun to watch. All right. Hey, Master Uguay, what's up? How are you? I am taking a bit of a break, and by break I mean like I need a bit of just chatting. So today and yesterday we are just doing just chatting. I think I'm gonna keep this up for maybe about a week, and then if people wants me to go back to streaming games, that's fine. But right now I need a bit of a break from games and just letting some steam off. You know, just blowing off some steam, relaxing, and just looking up stuff and having fun chatting with you guys. So feel free to give me a sort of topic, whatever you want. I can go off on it, no problem. Right now, apparently, we're looking at dinosaurs. And I swear, someone was trolling me when they said something about there's a dinosaur has 500 teeth and it's called Nigersaurus. Or the other, unless I'm pronouncing it the other, which for a good reason. Some just chatting is fun. I agree. I'm in my element when it's just chatting. But feel free. I'm going to start playing a little bit, not only just horror games now, but I'm going to give some platformers a try as well. I think people, I just want to see it, because right now people still wants me to finish. I'm almost finished with FNAF, unless you count the fan-made ones. But Undertale, I did Yellow, I did the original. We're waiting on Deltarune, so that one's going to be on hiatus. I've just finished Resident Evil 2 Remake. Enjoy that immensely. Favorite dinosaur? No. Here. What was it called? No, see? I thought I was getting trolled, but this is the dinosaur. I looked it up, and I said, oh my god. I saw this image, and I was like, this has got to be some kind of a joke. But apparently this is called Nigersaurus. And thank God I'm pronouncing it as a Niger. Otherwise, if I say the other way, I probably will get canceled. Funny, you gotta be careful with those, okay? Chill or creative games. Like City Skylines, something like that. So you can just talk and chat with someone, click on his background. Yeah, I get you. I did that with Stardew Valley, but it turns out that I love simulation games. I love those. But it's still, maybe I need some kind of practice, because I find myself, because those games don't really talk back, right? There's really nothing to react to. So I need to maybe practice a little bit more, because I think 2 or 3 days ago I did a just chatting stream with Stardew in the background. I didn't find myself as engaging as I wanted, mainly because the game, even though it was chill, it still took a bit too much of my attention span away from it. So maybe that's something I need to work on. That's all. Hey, Wolf. Yeah, by the way, guys, Wolf is moving. If you didn't know, Master W and Master Uguay, apparently he's moving on his own. So congratulations to him. Everyone's gonna move on somehow, right? And hopefully, whenever I was gonna say yesterday that we were actually just talking about food, that maybe if I ever do open up a sandwich shop again, because actually there is a place right beside my house that I want to rent, but unfortunately I don't have any sort of income to justify that rental. And plus, it used to be a Subway shop, and because it's I went in there already, and unfortunately it needs the place needs work, like floors, walls, repairs, everything. It costs probably at least a couple of, maybe $30,000 just for repairs, and you got to get a sign, permits, and all that stuff. Probably a $60,000 to $80,000 investment. It's a lot of money. I don't have that money right now. I had it before when I did my other restaurants, but blow it all off. Homo sapiens were the worst dinosaur. Well, they are the most dominant one, Master Uguay. I didn't know people were so fond of dinosaurs. I was never that big of a dinosaur fan. You can blame Godzilla for that. Oh, that reminds me. By the way, there's a reason that this might be controversial, but I don't care. But you guys know that I'm Chinese, right? So I still grew up in China, and I left China when I was around 80 years old. But during that time, I still remember some of the propaganda commercial that they played on TV. It's obviously very heavily censored, right? I do read mangas, David. I just don't want to get canceled for it. So I was saying, I still remember some of the propaganda. So I remember two specifically. One was do not play in the street as a kid. And you know what happened? Is that I remember as a kid, I saw like this like disturbingly chilling messages like, do not play in the streets unless you want to end up like this guy. And they literally saw a guy running across a highway, like trying to cross it, and he got hit, literally hit, no censorship, and he got flung around the air for like, I don't know, like 5 or 6 times, and his leg flew off. I was so disturbed by that as a kid that I would never cross the street on my own. It was effective. I guess it worked. Chimek, I know what it is. Yeah, it's a drink, isn't it? We discussed it yesterday. It's some kind of alcoholic drink. Huh? Chimek is a beer? Is Chimek beer? Ah, okay. Okay, my bad. Guys, my bad. Chimek is not a thing. It's not a drink or anything. Chimek is basically is a word of holy combination of fried chicken and beer. You know, like kind of like ketchup and fries, tomato, basil, and a mozzarella, something like that. Chimek is just a saying. It's like, this is the combination that works. It's like if you're eating fries, you gotta have ketchup with it. If you're eating, I don't know, if you're eating McDonald's, like a burger, it goes really well with a soda, I guess. Think of it this way, right? if you ever had a Big Mac or any sort of burger, and you wash it down one with either a soda, or you can wash it down with just regular cold water, the soda works better because it's a better, it makes the burger taste better, and the burger makes the soda taste better as well. So this is what Chimek is, like a one complement another, like the yin and yang, the left and the right, the black and white, that complement each other, you know. So that's what Chimek means. So Chimek in Korean just basically means fried chicken and beer has to be together. That's what I think. When did I move to the US? When I was 8 years old. I moved in the US when I was 8 years old, so I still have a few fond memories of China. So I still remember some of it. And back to the dinosaur thing. The other thing, one was the traffic thing. The other one was the other propaganda that I watched very often, or actually saw, was Japanese propaganda, anti-Japanese propaganda. So back then I was obviously very afraid of Japan as a country and Japanese people. And so another thing, I remember one of the propaganda is like they showed Godzilla with the Japanese people, and I was stuck in my head that I was been afraid of dinosaurs, or I was been afraid of dinosaurs, and as well as Japanese people. Obviously I'm not afraid of it right now, but as a kid, when you were like 6-7 years old, you believe whatever the hell it is in you watch on TV. Country Humans Animation. DeviantArt, I heard of it. Interesting. Fantasized meme. I'm good. But to answer your David, you want me to read mangas. Well, I do have a manga. It would be Slam Dunk. If you guys don't know this guy, this is the manga that made me. This, in my opinion, it is my favorite piece of entertainment of all time. I prefer it over any TV shows, movies, or mangas, or anime, or whatever. There is an anime made about it, but in terms of anime or entertainment series, this is, to me, unquestionably #1. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at basketball, though. For those of you who actually read mangas, this would probably, you should at the very least know about Slam Dunk, or at least heard of it. It's like the 5th or 6th, 7th best-selling manga of all time, and it's made all the way back in the day. And people say that the artist Takehiko Inui, he's like the god. He's like the gifted manga artist god. So if you guys ever want to find yourself in a very emotional, hype story, I recommend Slam Dunk. I don't need to tell you much about it other than the fact that it's a very basic plot. A kid who's in high school, very talented athletically, joins their high school basketball club to impress a girl. That's it. Don't need any more explanation than that. And believe me, I've seen the anime, I've read the manga. I can still read the last 3 or 4 volumes of this manga because it's 31 volumes. I still, to this day, it is the one and only manga that I ever read that has actually made me cry. Not just tear up, but actually cry in tears. I still remember that feeling of reading it for the first time. Every page that I was churning, I was just tears down my eyes of just how good, how inspiring it is, of how this idiot Sakuragi went from such a punk to such a inspiration. Just talking about it is making me kind of like tear it up. Only pants? That's right. Maybe, I mean, technically I could cook naked. Well, not naked, but shirtless, if that's okay. Cooks naked. First of all, you don't want to cook naked because you'll burn yourself, okay? You kind of want to wear an apron because all that splattering of oil will come up and you want to burn your chest, right? Just an idea. Hey, welcome, comics. Welcome. But yeah, I love this. I love this series so much. In fact, so much so I'm willing to risk copyright and show you the one of the song. I think it's the second one. It's just an ending song. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should not. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. Mainly because I think it's such a good series that I do not want to. I don't want to ruin it for you guys, but it's. I still remember the first time I came to the U.S. I've already seen Slam Dunk when I was in China. When I came to the U.S., for some reason, every time I went out to play, there was this magical moment when I was actually going out to play basketball with my friends and was just shooting around. And for some reason, there's a song that keeps playing in the back of my head. I didn't know what it was, but there was a song, that particular tune that keeps playing in the back of my head every time I play basketball. It wasn't until like 5, 6, 7 years later than when I went back to China, and by the way, back then, like 1998, 2000, YouTube obviously was not a thing. You can't just go up online and just look up soundtracks and videos and whatnot. I mean, Yahoo was bigger than Google. So I didn't understand that song. It wasn't until I got my hands on the Slam Dunk DVD that one of my cousins came in to visit, that he brought it over. He gave me as a present, that I played the entire. Then when I played the DVD, yes, DVD. Then when I played it and I heard that song, and that just hit me like, oh my god, this is the song that keeps playing in my head every time I played basketball. This is how much that series means to me. I don't defend a lot of series, but this is probably my #1 entertainment series that is the most influential on my life than any other manga or than any other piece of entertainment. So, if you guys ever, have some free time to entertain yourself reading a manga, this one, I highly, 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 highly recommend this one. Also, I have the entire series. I don't buy mangas, but I bought this one. It wasn't cheap. It was like over $100 or something. It was worth every penny, just because it's just how much I love this series. A very few series actually makes me go through the process of buying their merchandise. I'm also a fan of Yu Yu Hakusho, Dragon Ball Z, but rarely, and I mean rarely, do I ever buy any of their merchandise. But the Slam Dunk is the one very, very exception that I will, drive for. No, not really. Well, we're just chatting. Is that right? Naruto? I never been. I never really gave Naruto a chance. Japanese comics? Well, it depends on what they read. Don't harp on comics, though. I mean, you got people here reading American comics like Batman, Superman, and all that stuff. I don't see any issues with that. Unless just people are just trying to be biased and racist. I mean, even Koreans has their mangas. It's called manhwa. Century Egg? What is this? I actually know this. By the way, guys, if you guys don't know what this is translated in it's called Century Egg. All right, it's basically an egg. It's preserved egg. All right, made by preserving duck, chicken, or quail eggs. Usually it's stuck. So you take an egg and you preserve it in a mixture of, like it says, clay, salt, quicklime, or whatever, for several weeks to months. And what happened you get this beautiful texture. So this is the egg white on the outside, becomes this amber color, and it's the texture is kind of like Jello. Doesn't have much taste because it's still egg, but the inside, the egg yolk becomes fermented, and the umami flavor is just heightened to another level. It does Have a bit of a stink to it though. Have I tried it? Yeah, of course. It's a very simple dish to make, okay? So what you eat it with is that you eat it with congee, which is called xifan. For those you don't know what congee is, it's basically just overcooked rice. So you know how you make rice, right? Rice and water. Congee is just extra rice, where the rice becomes almost very soft, and people eat this when they're sick because, you know, it's kind of like a borderline in between a soup, a rice stuff, and you eat it with this kind of egg because the egg yolk is it can get kind of bitter it's also kind of salty, but not super salty. It's very hard to explain because it's really about that umami flavor of the egg yolk. It's like, how can you explain the taste of egg yolk, right? I was like, well, it just tastes like egg yolk. But by preserving it in that little crystallization, the ash and salt, it becomes something like that's very, very, very extra umami flavor. It's actually really good. By the way, you do not eat this on its own though. And the only time you should be eating it is actually with congee. It really should be congee. And sometimes you take that egg yolk, you mix it in with the congee, and it tastes absolutely delicious. I love it. Would you eat the egg or just the rice when sick? Well, when you're sick, you never eat the egg on its own. It's too rich. It's like if you're having a cake and you're just eating the frosting. It's kind of like, you can, but it's not great. You have to have something to balance it out, you know? That's what it is. Alright, Wolf. Enough. That's enough. I don't want to get any drama behind it. But yeah, this is what it looks like, guys. If you go to any sort of Asian supermarket, 99 Ranch or whatever, they have this. It's very easy to make. It's just duck egg preserved, and boom, there you go. I want to say it kind of has an ashtray taste as well, but it kind of does, but it doesn't taste bad. This guy just fried it. Yeah, you don't fry it. Century fried egg. Don't. You guys might not like it though, because this is kind of an acquired taste. Okay, I don't think it's as bad as, say, maybe, you know, stinky tofu. But if you have a Western palate, this might not be your cup of tea. Just saying. You can also eat it with tofu as well. Yeah, see you later, funny. Definitely an assassin or something. Is that right? But yeah, I have this. It's not very expensive. It's just eggs. It's not the cheapest, but it's there. You can make your own as well. It's almost like as easy as making kimchi. It just takes quite a bit of a time. Yeah, now it's not like this. Okay, this is basically if you put the egg inside soy sauce. It doesn't taste like soy sauce. It's not nearly as salty as this. Okay. Have you made them? No, I've not, because it's not a pain in the ass. It's just you just have the materials. You have to have the salt, the asphalt or whatever. You just can't get that. I mean, it's so easy to get it from a supermarket. There's no point in making it yourself, to be honest. Also, even if you can, you have to wait for like months. So you might as well just go buy one, to be honest. It's not something that is too popular. In Asia, yeah, it is. It's kind of like your, I guess it's kind of like a chicken noodle soup thing. Everyone knows it. Everyone does eat it. But it's not like someone just goes out of their way to eat it just because it is so delicious. Crazygames.com. I don't know, David. I'm at my limit of web surfing as of right now, though. Tomorrow is Sunday, so I might do another just chatting stream. What is my form of egg? Tamago. There you go. This will be my type of egg to eat with sushi. Tamago. Tamago basically just means egg in Japanese. It's got that soy sauce sweet flavor. I know there's scrambled eggs, eggs Benedict, whatever. But for me, tamago is just paired with rice like that. It's just something very, 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 very delicious about it. I know there's a French way of making scrambled egg. I know there's sunny day up. But if it's just purely eggs, then I would say this, tamago. I can eat the egg by itself, but with the rice is even more delicious. But that's good. Japanese just have a way of making delicious egg. I think it's flavored with like dashi, soy sauce, mirin, something like that. Yeah, it's made like this. You take an egg and then you know, it's kind of like an egg roll, an omelet roll, and then you cut it into pieces, blah, blah, blah. This is the most basic way of making it though. Have I tried it? Yeah, of course I tried it. I know how to make it. I have a tamago pan. I suck at it though. But it does take a lot of, it does take quite a bit of time. You don't want the heat too hot, otherwise you'll burn it. But you don't want it too low either. But if you but I never had this though. Sushi Michelin star. But if you ever and then there are the ones that are like super luxurious, like this Michelin style sushi, like these, that doesn't look like the one that we just saw. I obviously never had these, but people said they had this. This is like a dessert, and they said it is beyond delicious. It is very, very hard to make. I obviously don't know how to make it. I never had it. Yellow yolks are weird. Are you talking about runny yolks? BS. I don't know. If it's orange, then it's a very, very healthy thing. Yellow is kind of standard for America, so that I understand. That I understand. But eggs is just, you know, one of my favorites to cook with. But oh, speaking of which, guys, since I'm opening up my restaurant soon, you guys might say, "Hey, what if it's only I'm only going to serving two things, two kinds of sandwiches. One is a roast beef sandwich, the other one's a chicken sandwich. Chicken's obvious for everyone, and everyone likes beef. But I'm going to be serving a dessert as well." So there are different types of egg tarts. Mine is something like this. Or like kind of like this. This, in my opinion, is probably the best kind of dessert you can have. If you're wondering what's on top, usually it's cinnamon or, my favorite, nutmeg. Or you can put some fruits on here as well. Very delicious. When I'm opening up a restaurant, I'm planning to, Master Uguay. Remember, I used to own a restaurant, but it closed down due to, well, let's just ignore that for now. I used to own my own restaurant, my own curry restaurant, then it shut down, and then I started streaming. So when I say when I open a new restaurant, is that if this streaming thing ever does kick off and actually make some decent money off of it, I'm gonna use that money and go open up another restaurant. Except this time it's gonna be more of a sandwich shop, and then I'll be serving my sandwich and my custard tart. Yeah, I had one. Blame the big C, the corporations. Well, yes, that's the easy way of saying things, but really I just have myself to blame. Really. You better start paying you guys. I can pay you guys in the form of food. So my idea is that maybe I can, because everyone who is a streamer wants to be different, right? They want to be unique. So I thought, wouldn't it be unique if you guys get to see the life of a restaurateur, as in a guy who does streaming and making food for other people as well. So if I make food during the day, serving it to people, and then at night I start streaming, and then well, actually I'm gonna stream both during the day and the night. In fact, here, I'll show you guys something right now. Hold on. Let me show you my desktop. So here are my streams as of so far. You can see the dates and everything, right? I've been playing Final Fantasy 17 or 7 remake, There's Omori. I'll show you guys something I haven't shown you guys before, which is this. This right here is actually my when I first started streaming. So 2023, October 20th. So hopefully you guys are ready with this. Hey Chad, Colin here. All right, first stream. Hope you... All right. Oh, not that one. All right. Referring like things, prices, and everything. Okay. Okay. I remember this. This is actually my first. Oh, this is not my first stream, but this is a stream when I was just starting things out and I had a very crappy computer. But this is the stream when I started streaming, and this is when someone actually came in and talked to me for the first time. As you can see here, this was originally my original account, and I deleted it and changed the name to Nutmeg. All right, let me try and get to... All right, technically this guy is actually my first viewer or listener, whatever you want to call it, follower. And so I named this stream when I was doing it on Twitch as like farming while streaming or something like that. So there's as he was talking to me, customer actually started to come in. So I want to see you guys. I want to prove it to you guys. I actually had a restaurant. Oh, okay. Nothing's playing right now because I am actually making food. And my friend was I run a restaurant. I just got a call. It usually doesn't happen because usually Sunday is quite it's quite not busy for me because I'm only open for half a day. But I guess it's because it's my lucky day because I got another follower, JS Summers. Thank you for following. I've only been streaming for 3 days, and the fact that I already got someone following me and chat. Right. You gotta give me a bit. You gotta give me like a few minutes because I gotta go make the food. It's gonna only take about 5 minutes, and that's after that. Customer comes in, checks out. I won't mute it so it won't be like you guys won't be hearing static or anything. So hey, I got a lot of story to share. You know, just give me a sec. Thanks a lot. 1 sec. Obviously you can't see it because there's no face cam. But I was actually literally answering calls and making food at the same time. God, here it's so cringy going back and watching your own stream, especially how it is. He's working and streaming, but I'm staying hard and will be here. All right, chat. All right. Sounds like I'm packing things up. The curry. Stardew Valley? PS right now, but now once the store closes, I'll send out the maybe my restaurant's name that way. All right, that's enough. I've done. I'm not watching that any longer. Sorry about that. So yeah, hopefully it's not much of a proof, but I'm telling you right now, I actually did have a restaurant. So for those of you guys didn't believe me, that was the time when I first started streaming. You can tell how freaking awkward and nervous I was. I didn't have any problem speaking with people on like in person, but that was the first time when I actually saw someone. Like the first time someone came in and followed me, I was just so like, oh my god, someone actually is talking to me back. Now, granted, I did have 1 or 2 viewers before, but they were like those people on Twitch that were saying, hey, would you like to do you need a design artist or something like that? You know, not very serious people. Good times. I'm not watching it all. No. Need my restaurant's name. I don't want to dox myself right now, but eventually when you guys do know where I live, I'll give out the name. I've already showed you guys the food. But yeah, just hopefully this will prove to you guys that I actually did have my own restaurant, because I know some people were rather skeptical about it. But yeah, that was my first couple of streams, 2-3 days in, and I had my first guy chatting with me. It was also a very, very hurtful time. Oh, you saw it, right, Master Uguay? Yeah, thanks. Unfortunately, it was just too unique of a food. Not curry is not everyone's taste bud, and also because my shop was kind of inward, where no one really knew where it was. But honestly, looking back, I should have started streaming when I had the chance, or rather, I started streaming at the end of it. But I should have streamed when my restaurant was still open. That would have been make it a lot an interesting stream. How's real estate going? Slow. It is what it is. Hey, welcome back, Shuyan. Literally, you missed it by a couple minutes when I was just showing everyone a few minutes ago where my first couple days of streaming to prove to everyone that, hey, I actually had a restaurant. I know it's still unbelievable, the fact that I opened up a restaurant my own. It is a one-man restaurant, so everyone saw it. I'm nervous. I was embarrassed by how nervous I sound back then, and you guys heard it. It was also very, very laggy, a little bit unprofessional at the same time, and I was just so desperate for any sort of attention I got. New restaurant go crazy? Sure, why not? Maybe if I ever do open up a restaurant. But so yeah, feel free to continue to support me, guys. It would be really, really good, cool. If I ever turn this YouTube thing or streaming thing into a success, I promise you guys, I meant every word. I will open up a restaurant, and you know, you guys, if you guys ever do want to visit, come into my town, because I live in a big city anyway. It's not like in the middle of nowhere. If you ever do come to Texas and visit me, drive up here and say you're a subscriber or whatever, then it'll be really, really cool. I just think that, you know, back then I just couldn't show my restaurant, mainly because I was still the restaurant was closing anyway. So. Well, Master Uguay is asking, but he did say that whenever my restaurant does open, so who knows? If it's big enough for a restaurant. Can't afford a flight to Texas. Yeah, well, even if you don't come and eat my food, imagine it, guys. I've never seen a streamer opening up a store, and you guys can stream what is inside the store while playing games. At the same time, you know, you guys can come and meet me, and you guys can come in and me actually giving you guys food, serving. You all have to pay, of course, because I need the money. But at the same time, though, it's like an actual physical location rather than me being in my own house or something like that. So if that's the case, I've always trying to dream big, and if this thing works out, maybe I can turn it into a franchise, kind of like the Freddy Fazbear franchise model. Wouldn't that be awesome, huh? Okay, hey, popping in just to say hi. See ya. So that would be really, really cool for me. I do believe that I can make a really good sandwich for you guys. It's affordable, and if you guys want some desserts, then my custard tart will make you salivate. But yeah, if I ever do get the chance, I will come in and, you know, he's going to start Freddy Fazbear in real life. Well, it depends. Am I Henry or am I William Afton? I'm hoping it's William because he's the more successful guy. There will be no animatronics in my shop, though. That I can guarantee you. I'm pretty sure there's a few laws against that. But yeah, imagine it. Instead of having this background, which you guys don't mind, it'll be my kitchen. So whenever I start streaming at night, you guys can see me just, you know, cooking food. I'll sit down, eat, chat with you guys, and then we can play some games and have a chat. That, to me, was probably a very unique way of streaming that I don't think I've ever seen. Because right now, I'm no different than any other streamer that just talks and play games. Now, there are some people that are, you know, better than me in games, but in chatting. Better looking, too. But that is what it is. But so, help me out. So, help me out, guys. Feel free to keep watching my videos or my streams. Tell your friends and family to keep supporting me. You guys, you know, and eventually if I ever do get big, then check the legal stuff with that, though. I did. there's absolutely no problem with it with restaurants, as long as you're not. The only legal issue is that you might not be able to stream customers, which I am not streaming other customers. It's when you walk into my shop, one is that there's going to be no seating. You can stand around. There are booths that you can sit on to wait for your food, but there's no dining in. So when you guys come in, it's literally going to a sandwich shop. There's a window right here. You can come in. There's air conditioning. There's some booths you can sit on, but you can't sit down and eat like with a napkin and fork. There's nothing like that. I only sell sandwiches. And then you'll be able to see the back of my kitchen as well. And then I'll have a sign that says, I do stream. Feel free to follow me on YouTube or Twitch or whatever. And that's pretty much the only thing that I'm worried about is if I do get doxxed and some trolls might come in and start ordering, like, I want to order like 20 sandwiches and then never picks it up, then that'll be bad. Pretty much, Wolf, yeah. None makes chicken legs. Funny. I don't think I'm gonna go with that name, unfortunately. But eventually, but the name will be what it is when I eventually. The name will come to me eventually if I ever do get there, though. But yeah. Anyways, guys, I think that's gonna be it for tonight. I had a lot of fun chatting with you guys tonight, just as I did. I think tomorrow I'm gonna do another chatting stream just to clear out clean out the week. And so by tomorrow by Monday, depending on tomorrow, if you guys want me to go back to just purely gameplay, I'm more than happy to do that. It's just I need a few days of chatting. I did say a week, but depending on what you want, I can keep going. But if you guys want me to keep playing games, then I don't mind that. What's up, David? I'll wait for a bit. What is it? Is your fishing impressive? Sure, I've never seen you fish, and I don't fish myself, though. I don't know how to fish. I guess that's impressive. So, yeah, you're better than me, and that's all I can say, David. That's all that matters, right? Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about, Master Hugo. I was like, that's such a random question. 14 eating fish. I don't know. Is this a troll? Are you just trying to bait me or whatever? Sure, David. Whatever you say. 3 days. Sure. It's a lot better than me. Nah, that's fine, Dave. Like the just chatting, do what you are feeling. Yeah. So tomorrow I'm feeling another more chatting. But eventually I'll go back to playing games. I gotta spice things up just a little bit, right? Maybe sometimes it gets a little bit too calm. Because not everyone's a fan of FNAF. And when I finish, because I'm done with Undertale, right? I'm not going back to playing Yellow and do Geno route. The last one just left too bad of a taste in my mouth. Yeah, gotta mix it up. I agree. Yeah, I know, David. It's just that I'm asking for opinions. You don't like FNAF? Yeah. I'm saying I'm done with Undertale for now because I don't have any interest in going to the Geno route. And then I am borderline finishing up Five Nights at Freddy Help 1 and 2. And I mean, I can't keep playing the same game over and over again, right? I tried Resident Evil, not as many people were interested, but I got a couple of people coming in. Maybe next time, Malachi, sorry. I didn't know you were here. I thought you just came in to say hi and left. My bad. So yeah, eventually. Maybe I'll play a little bit more indie games just for now. But guys, again, thanks for coming in. I will see you guys tomorrow, same time, okay? Another Just Chatting. Till a game interests me. No need to force it. Yeah, I agree, Dave, Master Uguay. It's just that I'm not a big fan of a lot of the current AAA games because it just takes way too much take way too long. So maybe like a simple game. Yeah, Suika is a good game. One of those games, but more indie games, more simple games. Yeah, but thanks, guys. You guys have been a blessing. Thank you so much. Feel free to like and subscribe. I can't believe I'm saying those things. And hopefully we can get the restaurant running eventually. This will be another moment. It's like, if I do have the opportunity, I will go back and say, man, remember that moment when I say I was gonna do this? Hopefully that day will come soon enough. All right, you guys have a good night, okay? Take care. See you guys tomorrow.